This is my Jagdpanzer 38T Hetzer in World of Tanks. It's a Tier 4 vehicle, and my buddy the Erg and I are currently in a Tier 6 game on the Malnovka map. He's playing a light tank over there just above my tank, and this is my Hetzer. I first saw the Hetzer when I was a little kid in a book, and I thought the very steep armor was just really cool looking. Always been interested in it. I first started playing it in World of Tanks, so it was kind of frustrating. It's a very narrow field of view, field of fire. Only 5 degrees to the left, 15 degrees to the right, so you're constantly having to slew the turret, back, the whole hull, left and right to try and track targets. And that's very frustrating when I first started playing. This particular type of vehicle, you really do best when you camp in bushes and shoot stuff from ambush. And every time you slew the hull, as I'm doing here, to look at this enemy light tank, your camo value goes up. Makes it much easier for them to spot you. Switch over to the field of view I used in the game here. See, I missed my first shot on him with this gun. This gun's currently using 105mm howitzer. I think you saw there it has very slow muzzle velocity. It takes a while for the shell to get out there, and it follows a long arcing path, which is very difficult to hit targets that are moving at long range. Now I'm camping in the bushes here, trying to let other people spot targets for me. If you look in the mini-map, the green circle is how far I can spot targets for myself. The yellow target, or the yellow ring, is the farthest that the game will show targets to me if someone else is spotting them for me. You see my buddy is way off to the south there. He's the A-20. I can't see the targets he's spotting because they're just too far away. But I'm busy enough with stuff on this end. And there's my second kill of the game. Everything I kill in this game has already been damaged by somebody else, but the 105mm howitzer finishes them off. Usually with just one shot. Every time I fire this gun, I tend to back up because I don't have sixth sense on my commander on this tank, so I don't know whether somebody spotted me or not. And although it have very sloping armor, it doesn't do that much against high caliber guns. Now, my buddy the Erg has been killed way in the south end of the map. I just couldn't get close enough to help him. This vehicle is not fast, and I really like to try and stay in these bushes for this particular vehicle on this map because I can support the hill, I can also attack the center. I think it's a good position to be in. Now, T-34 on our team has crossed the lake, is actually spotting stuff way at the end. He actually was the one who spotted the Nashorn for us earlier. I see all our tanks to the south have died, so I'm going to swing down here to the bushes to see whether or not that T-28 on the other side is going to try and cross over and attack us. Now, when I'm motionless for at least 3 seconds, binoculars I'm carrying kick in, and my view range increases, as it just did there. However, even then, on this vehicle, that's really not very good. This vehicle does not have good view range. It's one of the disadvantages of it. So I'm waiting to see whether that Panzer 4D spots anything, but nothing shows up. So I figure I better get back over to the my original position. The northeast corner of this map is a tall hill, and whoever wins that hill usually has an advantage. It's not a guaranteed kill, but it does help you. Gives you a high ground. Now that tank destroyer is backing up. I'm going to fire, and my shell took so long to get there that I didn't hit him. We'll be seeing him again later. Move up to the bushes again. And the enemy tank destroyer is backing up again. Oh, that's what's in the chili. And somebody else killed him. There's that tank destroyer we saw earlier. That time we got him. We don't... Actually, we have one light tank left on our team, but he is not scouting. He doesn't do any scouting for the entire game, basically. I don't know whether he's just not good at it. Maybe he's a little kid. Maybe he's even older than I am. That might explain it. But that M7's light tank on our side doesn't do much. We're starting to push forward. We're up 10-7. We won the hill, but the tanks that are on the hill have to come down off the hill. And if there are people hiding in the bushes up there, they kill them, as just happened. For that T-28, somebody else gets him. Continuing to try and move forward, but I'm trying to head for these bushes. Because of my poor view range, I need every advantage I can to try and let the enemy be spotted rather than me being spotted. So I'm trying to circle around wide to get this hill between me and where I think the enemy is. And now I'm going to creep up into the bushes. Try not to knock over any trees. They do have artillery. They have 2 artillery on their side. And if you knock down a tree and they look in their map, they can see that. And they can shoot at you even if you haven't been spotted. Wait for the binoculars to kick in. And now wait. When I first started playing this game, I didn't really have much patience. If something didn't happen in a couple of seconds, I'd rush forward. So I would have missed that. But I still missed him. But I would have, he would have spotted me before I got even a chance to fire at him. And there you see, whenever I had to turn the hull, when he got to the edge of my field of fire, the aiming circle just balloons up. That's everything that's bad happening every try and turn the hull on these vehicles. Is that the accuracy goes way down. Now at this point, my buddy the Erg has talked to me on our vent server, and he's warning me that I'm way in advance. Both he and I have a flaw, is that we tend to go too far forward, be too aggressive. You know, somebody has to go down there and try and spot those guys. But with my view range, I really shouldn't be the one doing it. But somebody has to. And that was a nice kill. Actually, that vehicle, I think I did may have done all full damage on him. But see, somebody else was sweeping in from the side and got killed by someone who we did not spot. There's a Jackson tank destroyer down there. He's a tier 6 vehicle. He's got good camo, good gun, and also has armor, which we'll find out when I finally get a chance to shoot at him. There's other tank destroyers that come up and move through my position. And see in chat, people are complaining that the M7 isn't scouting. And I tell them, hey, my view range sucks, so I'm going to let them go forward. Man, also I'm a little bit of a coward. There's 2 enemy tanks down there. We've got 3 tank destroyers moving in. We spot something. I don't have a shot on the birch gun. Something's in the way. Ah, there's the Jackson. That's the tank destroyer. I think he's more dangerous. I hit him once. Not much happens. Hit him again. A little bit of damage. There's another gun that's available on this tank destroyer. It's a 75mm high velocity gun. I originally was using that all the time. I like the high penetration. However, I didn't have much success with it. Now the howitzer I'm using on this vehicle right now, it's a slower rate of fire, slower muzzle velocity, so it's hard to hit things. Carry fewer rounds. However, if you hit something at the lower tiers, it normally does a lot of damage. I've actually one-shot killed some enemy vehicles. Now the M7 is gone into the capture circle. He's trying to cap out. That's one thing you could do. I would prefer he was scouting. It does put pressure on the enemy. They can't sit back there in the bushes. If they want to win the game, they have to come up and attack the vehicles in the capture circle. Now in the chat, I just warned my teammates that I might be able to spot him. Oh, and there's the Jackson. I turn, I Shoot. And at the point I fired that shot, I'd seen him, but he had not seen me. And I kept to keep swinging the hull around. Got him. Now I have to pull back because there's artillery. And even after I kill the enemy, I'm still spotted for 3 seconds, so the artillery can get a second shot in on me. And yeah, almost killed me. I was tempted to just sit here and told the enemies, or my teammates, to go ahead and finish capturing. But one of their teammates who's dead said, hey, go get Top Gun. If you kill 6 or more vehicles, you can get a Top Gun badge. Gets more EXP. So I'm going to sweep forward. And oh, my view range was really slow. I just realized my commander was injured. So I used the first aid kit. Got my commander back up. Or I'm about to use my first aid kit. There it goes. Now my view range is up. Still can't see anything. Creep forward some more. Birch gun should be around somewhere. If he's motionless, he has really good camo, or can have really good camo. In the chat, somebody says, hey, the M7 light tank is behind me all the way. There's the Birch gun. And he is not returning his gun, but it doesn't matter, he's dead. And here's the results screen for that battle. I got the Ace Tanker badge, which means I did better in that vehicle in this game than 99% of the other players in that tank in the last week. Got the Bruiser for damaging at least enemy components or crew members at least 5 times. Duelist for destroying 2 vehicles that damaged me. That was the Jackson and the Birch gun. Fire for effect did more damage than hit points of my vehicle. This vehicle has 270 hit points. I did over 1,000 damage. This medal I hadn't seen before. It's a Halonen's medal for destroying at least 2 enemy vehicles that are 2 tiers higher than me. The Vespucci's medal for destroying at least 2 enemy self-propelled guns. And the Top Gun for destroying 6 enemy vehicles, which is more than anybody else on my team. That actually put me at the top of the team on EXP, even though somebody else on our team did as much damage. I got more kills. And I made a handy profit. So this actually was the best game I've done in this game so far. It's a big trend, because I actually stopped playing the Hetzer at one point because I was doing so poorly. But, as I said, it was a good game and I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.